I discovered why everyone fears the witch. When I moved to the small village of Blackwood, everyone warned me about the old woman who lived beyond the forest. Nobody would say her name. They called her the witch. Children were forbidden from entering the woods, and adults locked their doors before sunset. I thought it was just an old village legend. Then I noticed something strange. Every house had the same symbol carved above the front door, a circle with 3 lines through it. One evening, I asked an old shopkeeper about it. His face went pale. "Never ask about her," he whispered. "She hears questions." That night, someone knocked on my bedroom window. I lived on the 2nd floor. I slowly opened the curtain. An old woman stood outside in the darkness. Her white hair covered most of her face. She raised one finger to her lips. Then she disappeared. The next morning, I found muddy footprints leading from my window to the forest. I followed them. Deep among the trees, I discovered a ruined stone house. Inside was a wooden table covered with hundreds of photographs. Every photograph showed people from the village. Some were alive. Some had been dead for decades. Then I found a photograph of myself. It had been taken that morning. Behind me stood the witch. I dropped it and ran. Before I could reach the door, I heard her voice. "You finally came." I turned around. She was standing in the hallway. I expected her to attack me, but she simply pointed toward a locked wooden door. "They told you I was the monster," she whispered. "They never told you why." She unlocked the door. Behind it was a basement filled with old newspapers. I read the headlines. "Village children disappear. Family found dead. Blackwood massacre." Then I discovered the oldest newspaper. 300 years earlier, the villagers had accused a young woman of witchcraft. They chained her inside the forest house and burned it while she was still alive. But before she died, she cursed the village. Every generation would suffer until someone discovered the truth. The witch looked at me. "I didn't kill them," she whispered. "They did." Suddenly, the house shook. I heard hundreds of voices outside. The villagers were coming. They surrounded the house, carrying torches. The witch smiled sadly. "They are afraid because I remember everything." The villagers set the house on fire. Smoke filled the room. I grabbed the witch's hand and tried to escape, but she refused. "Go," she whispered. "Tell them what you saw." I ran through the forest as the house burned behind me. When I returned to the village, nobody was there. Every house was empty. On every door, the symbol had been scratched away. Then I saw something written across the village entrance. "The truth has been released." I turned toward the forest. The witch was standing beneath the trees. She smiled once and vanished. Since that night, Blackwood has been abandoned. But sometimes, travelers passing through hear an old woman whispering from the forest. They were never afraid of the witch. They were afraid she would tell you the truth.